Hello, I'm RocketBug5977 and welcome to episode 16, the 100 subscriber special of Rocket World, my Minecraft Let's Play survival single player series. Today we have a world tour, I get lots of XP, and we have a fireworks display. Well, there's lots to get on with, so we'd best get started. Here we are over at spawn, and we're going to have a quick tour of all of the areas that have been developed on the map so far. So let's start here, 0, 0, it's as good a place as any to start, and we'll have a look at the map now quickly to see what it all looks like. Okay, if I pop this down somewhere like here, then we can pop the map in there and it's a bit easier to see. Now we are, in theory, right in this corner here. That's where spawn point is. It should be 0, 0 right there. And as you can see, the main base is here. It's a big lump in the ocean. And then we got a dot over here, which is the Guardian farm. But let's do a little bit of exploring here first before we move on. But this is the main area at spawn, and if I can get down here, it can be a little tricky. This is where the 0, 0 nether portal is, and we can set our spawn here. We've got a few candles. And we got some emergency equipment in a chest just here, just in case we lose our life. That has happened once where we've spawned back here by accident. So this was where we started, and right behind spawn over here there's a huge mountain, and to save climbing up there I have tunnelled down into the cave here. For those of you who haven't seen this before, there's where I keep my horse at the moment. He's busy watching the stone at the moment. But along here and down this long tunnel will take us to a sort of semi-base that I've got up at the top. Right, you're probably just joining me again now as we come to the top here, and here we have a little mountain base that's quite close to the top of the mountain, and it's got a couple of entrances and it's all been sculpted and laid flat here. This was a noodle cave originally, so it's been cut out a little bit, and this is where I come along and I sort out collecting snow and ice. And it's got a few storage facilities, and if we go up here, this takes us right to the very top of the mountain where we put our Christmas tree last year, which has been undecorated for the time being, but I'm sure that will come around again. We've got a little ice farm going on here, but this is where the base is right at the very top of the mountain. It gives us quite a good panoramic view. And right down here, let's have a look. So there's a bridge here, and that leads right to 0, 0, which is going to be roughly over here behind that little peak there. So this is where our sort of Christmas area was. And yeah, we've had a bit of fun doing some bits and pieces and decorating up here. Now the quick way down here is there, and then we'll head back to spawn again before we collect our horse and ride to main base. Here we are with our horse. If he will stand still, we'll collect him, pick up the lead. Now this base obviously needs a little bit of work doing to it. I have not really spent much time over here, but now we can head along our footpath and across the bridge that you saw earlier, and that will take us all the way over to our main base, which is in the water. So here we go. It takes us in a nice arrow straight line because we've got quite a quick horse. It makes it nice and easy for us to get around. And then we have our beach area over here, which is where we set up our starter base really, before we did this main spawn base. And we can park a horse in here sometimes. Yep, there we go. And let's have a quick look around here before we move on. So if we pop this back here, you can now see that we've come from that top corner, we came all the way down that edge, and we've come across to this area here. So this is where we set up our starter base, which is pretty much empty now, apart from, oh yes, the original armour we got off a zombie. We got that as one complete set with our wooden sword, which was very lucky. Then we have our enchanting area here, which is still in use actually. We've still got a few things to enchant, and a few bits that need to be combined, some resources, and some books, and of course disenchanting and an anvil. Now up the stairs here is where a lot of storage used to be. Now, as you know, if we look out here, I've spent a lot of time on the water, around the water, and often under the water. So that means we've met quite a few drowned. And you're saying, that's not very many tridents. But there's that one as well. And that's not including the ones that I've enchanted and put together. This is our old storage system still here, just mainly armour now really. And occasionally I'll come along and have a look and see if there's anything I need. Actually, are there any boots that are enchanted? Yeah, but not great. Okay, so now we're going to move on a little bit further round. Obviously we've got the stable here and a redundant sheep farm because I don't spend much time here, so I haven't even replaced the shears. But around the corner here, and we did do this in an episode, is where we keep the majority of our horses. And there'll be another little surprise in a minute when we come back out of here. Right, these are our original 2 horses that we picked up in the savannah. This one here we're going to use as our exploring horse. And these were bred with speed potions to produce these horses, which produced these horses, then these, and that produced our generation 6 horse, which we're using at the moment. So these are all spares just in case we need them. And what did I find the other day? More horses, of course, but not quite the ones you were expecting. I managed to capture all 4 skeleton horses that spawned during a thunderstorm, and here they all are. Managed to transport them all the way over from the base there, which was a bit tricky. The first time I tried it underwater. Yes, and that was very difficult to get back out again because the terrain is quite tricky to get out of now. So we've got a few skeleton horses as well to play with. Right, that brings this area to an end really, and now it's time to go across and have a look at the main base. So we're going to be travelling a short distance across to this circle here. So let's pick up our map and we'll go. So at the moment this is accomplished by a short row across the bay here to our base. Now those of you who've been following me will know that, I've been doing a lot of landscaping on the outside. So let's have a quick look around here. So we got these cornflower fields underneath the birch. Then we've got an acacia biome, and I've tried to populate the areas with a few mobs as well to keep it sort of in keeping. And then it comes into a jungle area. So we're getting warmer as we come along. And let's see what else we got around here. Should have our little tame ocelot as well. So this is looking a bit more mature than when I finished it now. And if we keep going through the other side, we come through this tower here, which we'll come to in a minute, and then out the other side, and we've got a tiger biome. And somewhere around here we have our little fox friend. That's it. Have a good sleep. And that goes into dark oak, which comes into this, not an acacia biome, but a little park area with acacia and a little bench to sit and relax and enjoy the views. Then we come through to standard oak, which has some flowers underneath the trees, and we're back around to the main entrance again. On the inside we have quite a tall tower, and at the moment I haven't done any work on the interior at all other than putting floors in really. So we've got some chests put along here with our belongings in. Yeah, they're sort of very roughly labelled. Plenty of gunpowder in there. And we've got a fair amount of precious metals and things as well. And a little bit of furnace work going on here. Now we do have other floors that we're working on, and we're using my sideways rocket elevator, a variation on the bubble vator, to come and go between each of the different levels. And we've got some sugarcane here, nether wart, and a slightly upgraded farm here on the lava. It's started to do a little bit of work. It's not the old cobblestone that it was before. Up on this level, as you've seen before, if you've been watching, we got just our crops going on here. I haven't got melons in yet. That might be something I have to do, but I'd rather do an automatic farm for that. This level and the next have not been put together yet, so that is a work in progress. And over this side we've got another elevator which seems to duplicate the function completely. If we have a look down here, it doesn't stop at each level on the way down, it just goes down, and I can tell you it goes down to level 60, I think. Level 60 is where we're based, so it goes down a good 40 levels, whereas this one goes down every 10 levels. So if we take this, we can stop off whenever we want on whichever level we see coming. Now it does go down another level, but that's underwater at the moment, so we won't go there just yet. Okay, so that's this area here, but there's another set of elevators out the back here in this area. And I suppose the best way of showing you what this does is to take you down, because at the moment up doesn't go very far. And this one is basically the elevator that goes from one end of the world to the other. Minus 60. There we go, we're at Bedrock here. And if we go up, it'll take us to the main area at level 64. Eventually, after a very long while, you will see a little bit of water quickly before we get there. And then if we take this one up again, eventually this will go all the way to world spawn. Actually, I'm not even sure where it goes at the moment. 91. Okay, so it goes almost to the top, but eventually that will go directly to 300, 320, something like that. And at the moment we're back up here. So that's all of the crazy elevators that I've got in here, and you get quite a good view of from here. But there's one more area we haven't visited yet, and that is the Guardian Farm. And let's pop down here. This will take us over to the back entrance where we have a boat waiting. And oh, I know what we should do before we do this. We should pop the map up. Now if we have a look on the map, we're just leaving the area we are at here, and we're going to go across to here. Now unfortunately render distance ends probably about here, so you can't quite see on 22 chunks, you can't quite see the Guardian Farm. Now I could ratchet up the render distance, but again then I lose a lot of frame rates because my PC is not very good. So unfortunately it is what it is at the moment. So let's jump in, and once we get going you'll see the Guardian Farm pop up just over here. It doesn't take long before we get there. There it is, you can see it popping into view now. So it's not far off. And if we have a look out the back, there's our base from the back. Here's the entrance here, so we just drop out, and this elevator brings up the drops as well as the experience from the farms which are here. There's 2 trident killers in each of these boxes, with the option to expand them to underneath here, 2 there, and another 2 there where the spawn spots are marked. I won't turn it on now because I'll end up with a lot of levels, and I'm trying to get my levels back up to level 50 the normal way rather than it felt a bit cheaty to be... Oop, I didn't bring my trident, did I? No. Okay, never mind. We're not here for him today. Oh. We're not here for him today. You'll have to pick on somebody else. But anyway, that's it. That's pretty much what we've got. We haven't explored the Nether, and we haven't explored... where else haven't we? We haven't been to the underground areas that I go to, so... But this is the base areas, really, rather than... Is he still having a go at me? He is, isn't he? He's quite persistent. I got that poor squid. Right, well, let's leave him behind. He's going to break the boat otherwise. Right, well, that is really it for the base tour today. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you a feeling for where everything is in relation to another. Because sometimes when you're watching people doing their survival worlds, it can all be a little bit disconnected. You see them working in one area and you think, well, where is that in relation to everything else? So hopefully this sort of brings everything together a little bit for you. Now, before we get on to the new skin, there's something I'd like to do first, and that is take care of this old skin because it's looking a bit battered. It's on level 2 damage. I want to try and get it up to at least level 1 before I try on the new skin because, well, it's looking a bit worn out, and I'd rather try on the new skin looking a little bit more respectable. So I'm going to try and gain some levels and see if we can get up to that level 50. Hey, we finally made it. I can't believe it. Finally, 50 levels. Phew, that was hard work. Right. When you want to gain levels, it seems so difficult, but when you're not bothered about them, it seems so easy to come by them. Isn't that strange? Now that I've got all the 50 levels I need, I can change back into my level 1 damage skin. So let's get that done now. There, that looks much better, doesn't it? Yes. But now what you've all been waiting for, and that is to see what the next skin is going to be. And that is going to be my new combat skin. So, without further ado, let's get changed into that as well. Well, here it is. It's still a little battered, as I've only used up 50 levels trying to get it straightened out. But at least I can wait till night now and go and try it out. After all that excitement, I'd like to say a really big thank you to all my subscribers for joining me on this journey. I'm really surprised just how quickly this channel has grown, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. So, thank you very much for all your help, and to celebrate, I have crafted 100 fireworks. So, let's have a little display. Now, I'd also like to say a big thank you to all the people who have liked and commented on the series so far. I really enjoy reading all your comments, and the likes help the video reach more and more people, so keep up the good work. I'd also like to say a special thanks to Jugerite, who gave me a shout out on his channel in one of his recent videos. He's aiming to get 50 subscribers on his channel now, so why not pop over and take a look at his Minecraft worlds as well. Now we have come to the end of today's episode, so thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye!